Praise the Lord God, I have a great one for you today. Hey guys, this is Drew, and this is a review of Stain's self-titled CD. Now just a background information. You might know Stain as being the band that's generated singles such as Mud Shovel, Outside, It's Been a While, So Far Away, Believe, Right Here, and more recently, Not Again. Now, what you don't realize is that Stain had a harder edge. Stain is a band that started off very heavy, and as they've progressed, they've gotten uh, slowly have gotten a bit less heavy until now. Um, okay, so main point. I saw these guys at Uproar, and they kicked total butt. Um, of course, I was a Stain fan before that, but this CD completely kicks like kicks your teeth down your throat. Now, okay, so Stain started off with their CD. Their first CD was titled Tormented, and Tormented was a very heavy CD known for songs like Spleen and stuff like that. Then came out Dysfunction, and Dysfunction is where we saw a bit less heavy, but still in the heavy section. You had songs like Mud Shovel, you had redone versions of Spleen, you had Raw, Me, some other really good tracks, and after that came Break the Cycle, which generated hits such as It's Been a While, For You, and a bunch of different cool stuff. And after that, we had the CDs, Chapter Chapter 5, which had Right Here on it. We had 14 Shades of Grey, which came before that, which had Zoe Jane on it, and So Far Away. And then we had The Illusion of Progress. Now, this is Stain's follow-up to The Illusion of Progress, and just for the interest of common disclosure, my opinion on Illusion of Progress, it didn't suck, but it wasn't fantastic. It definitely brought them to a certain point um, where they had obviously become less heavy. And if you haven't seen the documentary on the making of this, go watch it now because it explains like the entire background behind this. So anyways, so this is Stain's self-titled CD, and it marks a return to their heavier sound from stuff like Dysfunction and Tormented, where they go back and they just write heavy songs. To be perfectly honest, not this song, this CD is very powerful. I enjoyed just about every single moment I listened to it. Now, just a few quick favorites. Eyes Wide Open, easy. Um, Failing, Throw It All Away, The Bottom, Now, Paper Wings, and Something to Remind You. Now, keep in mind, the songs I just said basically 7 out of 10. There are only 10 tracks on this entire CD, and I really like just about 7 of them. Even the other songs, Not Again, Wannabe, uh, Take a Breath, yeah, even those songs are really freaking good too. It's just there are some I like more than others. My favorite by far is Eyes Wide Open. Mainly because that song is really powerful and just comes boom right at you, right from the get go, right from the beginning. But anyways, so analyzing cover art. Right, so look at the CD. It has this photo of this devil kind of thing with legs and arms and a horn and all that, and it's kind of irregularly shaped. You can see it has like 4 hands and 4 legs, and that figure appears a lot over the course of the CD. The CD itself is not really that much. It just says Stained on it, and and that's it. There's like the devil thing in the distance, and then it's hopping over there. But that's the inside. Go into the booklet. Now I always have problems like taking the booklet out, so don't mind that. The booklet, it has all the lyrics to the tracks. It has all the lyrics to the tracks on it. And then a photo of the band members. Well, the personnel on this album is kind of strange. Obviously, it has Aaron Lewis on vocals, Mike Mushak on guitar, and Johnny April on the bass. But this was the last album that they featured their drummer John Wasaki before he departed at the end of the recording. So now they're traveling with the new drummer. He has a really hard name to pronounce, but it's Sal something, Sal G or something. but it's really hard to pronounce, so I'm not even gonna try. But so that's the inside of there. So getting into the basics. This album is very, very, very good. It's very powerful, and the lyrics are very deep. Eyes wide open. Like a lot of songs, you can interpret. You can sit back here and say, I wonder what that means. Um, um, Same thing. There are a lot of scenarios where Aaron Lewis tries to make you feel like him. He's really you're really feeling his emotions. In songs like "Failing" and "Paper Wings." This song, I mean, the CD can be really heavy at times, like almost too heavy, but it's just the right amount. One of my favorite things about this album is that it tends to be really heavy and then spin around and have a nice rock chorus. And that's something I like, very powerful choruses and powerful verses, which is very characteristic of like post-grunge rock and all that. But this is easily an alternative metal, post-grunge, new metal CD. I would not call this anything close to pop. Nothing close to pop. Nothing at all. But the lyrics on here are extremely powerful, especially in songs like "Something to Remind You." It's a really good song to interpret and think to yourself about what the lyrics really mean. That's something that's really cool about Staind, is that they have really deep, angsty lyrics that you can think about. You can sit like all day and just ponder. You know what I mean? It's cool, but okay, so. With this CD, it marks the return of their heavier stuff. My only criticism of the album is that it almost seems like the heaviness is a bit forced. Where they sat down, they go, okay, we're gonna write this heavy. We're gonna write this really heavy. We're gonna make it so it's heavy. We're gonna scream in the bridge. We're gonna scream in the chorus. We're gonna scream in the verse. Whereas it's kind of a chopped flow. Even though some songs like Paper Wings, that song is just all out, kick your throat down, and that's perfect. That's perfect. I like just about every single second of Paper Wings, especially the choruses. Failing is a very good song as well. I wasn't a huge fan of the screaming in the verse, but I did love the chorus and how it settled down and how it had the use of Aaron's vocals. Um, Wannabe, I think, was a pretty cool experimental track because they experimented with like the rap side of new metal and how they brought in the different types of hard rock that there is, and that was really cool with the experimenting. Throw It All Away was your typical post grunge song. I mean, it was pretty cool. It had a quiet verse, big heavy chorus. The Bottom was a really good track too. But yeah, a lot of these songs are really good. The only one I could ever see like being a legit single, next to the one that already released, is the song Now, mainly because it's very bright and that one has really great lyrics too. But bottom line, this is a great CD. If I had to rate it on a scale, at least a 9, probably a 9. Um, Great CD. If you want a good listen, heavy stuff, if you like heavy stuff, but you also like just straight up rock, this is where you gotta go. Or just listen to Staind in general. Go out, buy Break the Cycle, buy Dysfunction, buy 14 Shades of Grey. If you're feeling a bit soft, buy The Illusion of Progress. But great band, great CD, 9 out of 10 on my chart. It's probably been a while since I've done a review, so hopefully I'm not too rusty. But yeah, great CD. Highly recommend to anyone that's a fan of the post-grunge rock genre, someone that listens to stuff like this perhaps. Um, or I know not the greatest band in the world, but something like this. But yeah, great. I was trying to find anything else, but yeah, great album. Great album. I would highly recommend it. So stop what you're doing, watch this interview now, go out and buy it. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. It's always my pleasure, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks, guys.